if you have Microsoft Frontpage and would prefer to create your Minisite using this software rather than Mozilla Composer, you'll find many of the features are very similar. And if you're used to working with Mozilla Composer, you should find it fairly straightforward to move that knowledge over to Frontpage. Because you're dealing with web pages, you're dealing with the same kind of elements. The only difference is things are in a slightly different place in this software. For example, there's no insert table as far as I can see. Instead, you have to go table, insert table, and then again you specify. So you would, if you wanted a very basic direct response Minisite, well, let's say a content Minisite, a Minisite made up of a few pages, 4 rows, 1 column, alignment in the center, no border, so border size of 0, cell spacing of 0, and cell padding of 10. Specify width in pixels, let's say 600. So let's OK that. So again we get an empty frame of a table, and again top navigation goes here, main page content goes here, bottom navigation goes here, and then copyright. Okay, let's try again. Copyright and contact links go here. So okay, if we do this very quickly, let's say link 1 space hyphen space link 2 space hyphen space link 3 space hyphen space link 4. So let's select this again, click, hold and drag. We can center it. Alternatively, we can choose format menu, paragraph, alignment, center. So you see exactly the same functionality. It's just in a slightly different place in the software. Select again. Let's change the font format to font. Even though it gives you a lot of options, you generally want to deal with those 3 fonts again. Arial, also known as Helvetica, Times, also known as Times New Roman, and the Courier. So let's choose Arial, regular, point size, I was trying to say. Point size, you can choose here. Size it says, and the point, PT, stands for 8 points, 10 points, 12 points, 14 points. Let's choose that. Let's choose 14 points. And you can apply all sorts of effects here, as you can see. So let's OK that. And there we go. Okay, I feel that's slightly too large. Let's select that. We can also change things here as a shortcut. Let's say 12 points. OK. And if we select again, insert hyperlink, and you can enter a URL, for example www.yahoo.com. Alternatively, if it's a web page in the same folder, you can just call it, let's say, page1.html or index.html. Let's OK that. And again, you would type your text in there and format it just as we've done here, and press enter to add space between lines. So second line of text, enter, also known as the return key, third line of text, and so on. And then your bottom navigation here, and your links. And if you wish to add the actual copyright symbol, you would put your cursor here by clicking here, and then the insert symbol, and take your pick. So there it is. Insert, close. So copyright space mydomain.com. So as you can see, the same functionality and the same layout and the same way of creating a template. It's just everything's moved around a bit, moved around a little bit in this software in Frontpage as compared to Mozilla Composer. But of course, that's the way. That's always the case between different pieces of software. But again, since you're dealing with web pages have standard features. Basically, even though you're using different types of software to create web pages are always going to have the same kind of features because they've got to be supported by web browsers. Web pages have standard features, and all web editors are generally going to support these standard features. So whether you're using Frontpage or Dreamweaver or Composer, you're going to come across tables, you're going to come across links, you're going to come across formatting text, you're going to come across aligning text, center text for example, you're going to come across bolding text, italics, underlines, all those standard features that web pages support. So the best way to transfer what you know about creating mini sites from Composer to Frontpage is really just spend some time looking through the menus and playing around, and you'll see a lot of familiar words and phrases, slightly different. In Composer it's link, in Frontpage they call it hyperlink, the same difference basically. So just take a look through all of these. Again, bullets and numbering, and some advanced features which I would be a little bit careful about using, because Microsoft does have a tendency to include features that are not supported as standard. So by using the very advanced features of Microsoft Frontpage, you may end up with web pages that not all browsers can see successfully, which is obviously not a good thing. So something to be aware of. So the way to check that is after you've created your pages, open your page in Internet Explorer and also in other browsers like Mozilla Firefox, and you can see if there's any issues across different browsers. So that in a nutshell is how you can start it. Well, if you prefer using Frontpage over Composer, over Mozilla Composer, you can easily start creating your own mini site templates and creating your own mini sites this way using Frontpage and all the features and functionality it offers.